So I was casually just looking at some weird architecture like I do, and I came across this super weird, unique looking donut home that's built in China. They call it the donut building, rightfully so. Look at this thing, circular in shape, but on the inside, you can see it, the buildings obviously aren't like circular, they're just kind of stacked inside the circle. So in my brain started going off and I'm like, I want to build this in The Sims 4. There are tons of like circular shaped objects that I was looking through for this, and I came across this item here from Perfect Patio. So I think I'm going to be using this shape for the exterior, and we're going to kind of hide all of the rooms within this shape. It might be a mess, but let's give it a go. So I'm going to take this and size it up, I think to about here. And I'm gonna take another one and we're gonna size it up to the same size. I'm gonna make sure they're kind of like in between the tiles directly, like lining right up right there. And in between, I'm gonna build my rooms. So what we're gonna do is go and get the wall building room tool. I might even move it in a little bit. I'm gonna start by building one room. I think I wanna make sure that it's on the medium wall height at first. I'm just gonna move them out slightly so that I can like adjust, because I don't wanna move those things around. That'll get really annoying. So I think this might be good. Maybe we can extend it a little bit more. Oh, actually, it could be a good idea to hide it within those like pillars. So we can start it at that left side, and then I'll just pull it in one more tile and it'll line up perfectly with those like pillars right there. I want to make sure my circle is coming right up to the edge of it, but not going inside, and that is going to be the start there. We can also like lift this up a little bit just to make sure that it's not coming on the inside, but I do plan on hiding those with platforms like later. Okay, that's floor one. So I'm going to take my room tool and we're going to go out kind of to the edge where that circle starts and go that way. We're gonna do one more going this way. I just sized it up by one more tick so that I can fit a proper room in here, because I don't want it to be too squishy. I think these are gonna be two different apartments because I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side as well. So I think it would be really cool if these were like double apartments. We'll do one more along the top there, make sure that is hidden, and I want to make sure it's just not showing like in between the inner circle. So now I'm gonna go in and do the same thing on the right side. So the one side is gonna be a little bit smaller. How the heck did that happen? So our shell is officially complete. The inner circle is looking good. You can see right through it. And then up on the side, here is our shell. So 4 floors, 2 apartments on each side. This is gonna be so cool. I'm so excited. Before we go too far into like decorating this thing, I wanna make sure it's functional, just like the other builds that we do on this channel. It's gotta be weird, but it's gotta be functional. Okay, so while figuring this out, I actually kind of came up with something genius. I wanted to show you guys because I feel like this is actually a hack. So, okay, for example, my sim did end up getting in there and I made it functional, and I'll show you how. Let's say I kept this the way that it was, like before it wasn't functional how we had it. Like if I try and make my sim go over here, first of all, it's hard to click, and any area around the item that you've sized up, like for example, anything surrounding that green grid area won't be functional. But with this one, the way that we're gonna get around this is it's only that bottom part making it not functional. So what I did is I made a basement and I put it down here. I can't put it in the room because it's gonna mess up the lighting, but I put it down here right next to the room. And now this like non-functional space is technically underground. Then what you can do, if you don't want it to be like clipping like that, obviously we don't want that, I'm gonna just raise it up until it's at the height that I want it to be. And girl, now I can walk all around this thing as much as I want. I could probably even walk through it. I can walk in it. Okay, so that's actually a really good hack. I don't know, it's definitely situational, but if you're a weird builder like me, there you go. But I'm gonna actually just adjust everything that I just did around that. Okay, so everything is good. I'm not gonna touch the shell anymore. This is it. Now I think I'm gonna go in with my platforms. I do want to raise this up and make the entrance look like modern, fancy. I picture this building being very expensive. So I'm gonna try and do that. I feel like it's gonna mess up my wall for a sec, but I can always build it back. I think I want to make 2 separate entrances too. So I'm gonna do one side with the platform entry leading up, and then maybe we could do a fountain like down the middle. Should we go with dark flooring leading up or light? I think dark, considering the entire build is gonna be like white. So fountain down the middle, we're gonna make it fancy. That's a pool. So there is the entry of it. I do want to do some kind of like landscaping. I'm looking around. I'm in like the gym lot. It's kind of an odd place to be building, but for this build, I think it kind of makes sense. So I'm kind of envisioning landscaping like this. So I've just used this base game fence here to build kind of like just one long strip, and I'm gonna use that for landscaping. I've also used a base game dirt in there and these these trees. I like to use these ones like lining the side of my lot when I'm doing a fancy build. I don't know why. Maybe we can fill the space in there also with like a hedge if that doesn't look too weird. Cool, and now we can actually work on the structure itself. So I haven't done any windows or doors or anything like that, but I'm gonna be going in with eco lifestyle windows, and I think I'm gonna do a combination of these ones and the wider ones. I think it looks nice alternating like that too. Gonna be using again a glass door. This is just a base game one. I think I'm gonna use that one. My other option was maybe we could do some of the spa day ones. Actually, yeah, that looks nice. I like how they take up the entire wall. While we're at it with spa day, let's use the glass fence right there, and I'm gonna take the tile also from spa day, and that's gonna be what I use for like our balconies. I wonder if we could do a rooftop patio. I think we're good. It's not showing up top there, so that's gonna be so cool, especially with the views. Oh my god. Definitely would not be a place for you if you're afraid of heights. Oh my god, I just like darted across the screen. I'm sorry. I've added some spa day planters in between, and I'm actually replacing that window there with a ladder just because I don't want it to take up space on the inside. This build obviously is probably gonna be pretty ladder focused unless we decided to do it all as one house. I kind of think that might be a better idea. The apartment idea is really cool, but given the amount of space we've got, maybe it's a better idea if we don't do that. And I can actually fit some stairs in my first floor. So obviously, just like the rest of this build, this is gonna be very modern on the interior. I kind of feel like maybe a little bit minimalist. So I'm assuming the walk-in area here is just gonna be like a foyer. I'm just gonna put a mosquito couch, a dine-out plant, maybe a picture on the wall. So on the one side, I'm just doing this for my decor, and then on the other side, I added an end table with a statue on it, a plant, and some artwork. So basic, just basic foyer right there. I think I'm gonna change it to darker stairs. This area here, the second floor, is gonna be our living room. I did add a ladder here going up towards the kitchen, which is gonna be in the next floor, and that's gonna lead across to the bathroom, I think. And then obviously penthouse is the bedroom. So let's do our living room. What if we did pops of yellow? I haven't used this picture yet, and I really want to. This might be the perfect build to do it. So let's go with this yellow picture, that new one from base game. No escape rug kind of fits perfectly right in there, so I'm gonna use that. We could probably get away with a desk space over there. So this is gonna be our living room. We've got some tiny living in here, some dream home decorator, and our study over to the side. I'm gonna go upstairs and do the kitchen next. So for my ladder to be functional, I need to make sure I don't cover that one little spot there. So I think I might put my fridge there and then wrap everything else around. So there is our essentials. I'm also gonna go in and clutter just a little bit. I feel like I need a chalkboard on that wall. So for my kitchen, this is what we went with. I used this city living picture, which I think matches my aesthetic really, really well. All of our essentials are in there, and I like it. I like it. It's a little bit more minimal, not too cluttered, but still looking like lived in, you know? So we are gonna go across to the bathroom, and my ladder, I could totally fit stairs here. Do I do it? Then our circle is gonna have stairs in the middle. Is that cool or no? I don't know. I mean, part of me likes it. It looks like you can tell that it's a house, but also part of me is like, that defeats the purpose. I think I'm gonna go with the ladder. I'm gonna stick with the original plan. That's gonna lead up to our bedroom. First, we're gonna do the bathroom. I kind of want to go all black. I'm using the shades from My First Pet stuff. We're gonna do a nice luxury bathtub, I think, from Get Famous. We can still get our pop of yellow with these. Oh my god, that's so cute. Ooh, or should we do pop of red or gray? Wait, that looks pretty cool. We're gonna do that with a city living ottoman, like that one in the corner there, maybe with a plant beside it. And I think I'm gonna use the tinted door from Spa Day this time, just to have like a little bit of privacy, even though it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm gonna do it. I could actually probably fit one more over there. So this is my bathroom, and then finally we're gonna go upstairs and do the bedroom and the rooftop patio. So upstairs, I replaced one of the doors here with a window, which I still might delete just so that I can get my bed there. Maybe I can replace that area with like an outdoor plant like that. On this side, I'm putting a chair, a vintage glamour mirror. We've got our dresser. I need something big for this wall here. We could do our 3 vintage glamour ladies. That's kind of iconic. And I think that is how I'm gonna leave my bedroom there. So finally, we're gonna do the rooftop patio upstairs. I wanna again make sure that it's not gonna be seen over top of the circle. So I'm thinking maybe like a bar with a high top table to the left. And then we've got our lounger with some towels over there. And I feel like I'm gonna leave it just like that. Maybe I could also put a speaker somewhere, but I don't really want it to get wrecked in the rain. So maybe I'll leave it without it. So I think that is gonna be it for our circle like donut house in The Sims 4. I think this is debatably one of the coolest builds I've ever done. I keep saying that, but I really think that about this one. Look how cool it looks from the side like that. And with the sunset in the background, ooh, I think it's so cool. As always, I will put this build on the gallery under Sydneymacoretta if you want to download it. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.